Thanks for reminding me. Okay. So basically so as I was saying, you could do a lot of things with like 1, 4, and 5. You can use it to make a whole chord progression, or you can use it to write cadences, which I'll explain in further detail later. That's also in grade 3. You'll learn about that. Yeah. So from now on, we'll be using quite a lot. 1, the tonic triad, the subdominant triad, and the dominant triad. Okay. So let's look at question 4. I want you to be able to look at this. Yeah, we'll look at this like visual demonstration, like whatever it is. Observe like its root notes and record like how they're like what they're made from and like how it's made. So if we take a look at this, B flat, D, and F. So it tells you that these are the dominant triads of a particular key. So that means that the root note here, what color am I using? There we go. The root note here, that is the dominant of a particular scale. So that's what it means when it says the root gives a clue. Hey, that rhymes. The root gives a clue. The clue gives a root, the root gives a clue. Yeah, so that's your root note is gonna give you what you need to figure out what key is a dominant triad. Okay, so the root note is B flat. So of what scale is B flat the dominant? Anyone? So I'll put it another way. B flat is the dominant of what scale? Just count down a perfect fifth.
Is it G?
E flat major?
Good job. Yeah, it's E flat major. So yeah, nothing much to it. Okay, and the root note here is A, and we are told that this is the dominant. So A is the dominant of what scale? And look carefully at this C sharp. It's giving you a lot of clues. It means that
F sharps. F sharp.
No, not quite. So F sharp major. Well, we haven't learned that yet, but well, no, that's not right at all.
D major.
Close. There's a sharp there. So there's a sharp on C. So that means, well, it could be D major. But what I'm mostly looking for is it could be also, I was also expecting someone to say D minor because the leading note has to be raised. Yep. So yeah, nothing much to it. But like in most commonly, you wouldn't really expect you to they wouldn't really expect you to raise the leading note in like tonic triads. So for the sake of simplicity, pretend that sharp is actually the key signature and not some kind of accidental, and just say it's D major for the sake of simplicity. So your root note is F. What is the... So F is a dominant of what scale? Michael is being a Chad right there. Jade?
B major. No, B minor. B minor, B major. I don't know. Does it start with a B?
B major.
B major.
It starts with a B. That's right. It's not B major or B minor though, because B major. So let's think of it in terms of intervals. So you have to count a perfect fifth down from F.
Which
B
is
flat major.
Gracie got it. Well done. It's B flat major. Yeah, I don't have much to say. This one, your root note is B, and you have D sharp and F sharp. This is actually pretty obvious. Anyone?
E sharp major.
No. You have D sharp and F sharp.
E
Think
major.
of the key. Think of
D
yes, the key signature. Think of the key signature. Think of what key
Major?
signature has. Yeah.
E
Yeah.
major.
B major. Not B major. Sorry. E major. It's E major. Because yeah, figure it out for yourself. I can't really be bothered explaining. So you guys have pretty much nailed this. So I want you. So you know how to identify triads, and now so well, at the moment you know how to identify dominant triads, and I trust you know how to identify tonic triads. Shall we try identifying subdominant triads? Okay, let's try. So this is a treble clef. Look closely. Okay, then let's try subdominant triads. So I'll give you A flat, C, E flat. This is the subdominant triad. This is a subdominant triad of what key? The biggest hint here that you have to look for when identify a subdominant triad. So just for chord indication, it looks like that. Oh yeah, and you always write chord indications in Roman numerals. I've got to mention that. So so can someone tell me what scale degrees you use to build a subdominant triad? Justin?
4.
And?
Oh, 4, 6.
And 8 or 1. So
Yeah,
since
4, 6,
the top, 4, 6, 8 or 4, 6, 1, and since the top note is 1, aka the tonic, that means you look at the top note and wowee, you've instantly got what you need. Easy peasy.
So is this one like E flat major?
Yep, easy, right? Let's try another one. Let's see. Okay. Someone quick. Think fast.
C major.
Oh, no, we're looking at subdominant triads here, not tonic triads, Junya. Right, with subdominant triads, look at the top note.
F major.
The top.
F
No,
major.
not
G minor, G minor.
G minor. F major.
no, not G minor either. Remember, G minor has a key signature of, well, G minor has a key signature of 2 flats, B flat and E flat, which means that if it was G minor, then you would have a flat on E.
D major.
G major. Someone finally got it. Who got it?
Yeah, people already said G major.
Everyone was saying like E major or something. Never mind. So remember with subdominant triads, just look at the top note. The top note is a tonic, so it's telling you everything. Okay, we'll try a couple more maybe.
I'm getting confused with this.
You're getting confused?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back to the diagram. Okay, so
No, I'm like getting confused with looking at the top notes or looking at the bottom notes and stuff like that. Because
okay, I'll type like a list in the chat. So with the tonic, with tonic triads, obviously look at the bottom note. Okay, a quick quiz. What's the bottom note of a triad called?
Triad what?
The root.
The root or the base?
major?
Yes.
I said G major.
Oh, triad chord. So you said
Yes. Look at the root. And for dominant triads, count perfect fifth down from root, and with subdominant triads, look at the top note.
wait, I said okay, you sent it in.
And also you have to make sure that you're also aware of accidentals, because those accidentals are the one that's going to tell you whether you're working with, like, for example, G major or G minor, or F major or F minor. Yeah. So now I am going to be writing a bunch of tonic triads, dominant triads, and subdominant triads. You can write it on a sheet of paper, like what you think they are. So the first line is all tonic triads. This should be relatively easy.
Oh my God.
And it is also possible to write your triads using a key signature. But like, just for the sake of making your brains melt, I won't use a key signature. No, I'm joking. Okay, so these are the tonic triads, and next are the dominant triads. So just write your answers in the chat or on a piece of paper, and then like show it to me. So dominant triads. Let me think.
So do we write what the tonic note is to you, or like the major?
You write the major of which it is the specified triad. So for example, so the first line is all tonic triads. So if you look at the first one, you think, for example, C major or something. So you say that first one, that's a tonic triad of whatever scale you're thinking of, and then just write it down and then submit the answer in the chat. Yeah, and preferably like do 4 at a time. So yeah. Also very something important to realize is that so each of the primary triads, both all the tonic triads, dominant triads, and subdominant triads, they're all they're all major triads. Basically, what defines a major triad? Well, you can find all of those notes in a major scale, but not a minor one. And so in grade 2, what very loosely defines a major triad. So you can split triads in 2 categories. primary triads and secondary triads, or you can split it into major triads and minor triads. So major triads means that all of the notes in that triad can be found in a major scale in one way or another. And a minor triad means that all of the notes have in the scale that can be found in a minor scale, but not a major scale.
Oh.
And we also talked about this in grade 2. There are specific intervals between major triads and minor triads. Does anyone remember them? It was in the Kahoot at the end of the in the revision lesson.
Dominant.
It had something to do with the interval difference between major triads and minor triads. Does anyone remember? No? Partially? Barely? No. Yeah. I'll touch on that later. Just like finish what you're doing right now.
I still don't get dominant.
Junya, you don't get it?
I just don't get dominant. Like count perfect fifth down
So
from
dominant, remember, is the 5th scale degree. So it's a triad built on the 5th scale degree
which is
of
top note.
the top note won't help you there. The top note is for the subdominant triad.
Yeah, but I counted 5.
Yeah, so with the dominant triad, you count 5 down from the root.
5 down off 5 down.
5 down, not 5 up.
Ah, makes sense now. Thanks.
I'm gonna try put on some Michael U drip. Okay, I'm taking it off. Okay, so those are triads for you to identify, like the name of, like, you know, the name of each is built, is like put to the left, and you can type your answers in the chat. There's one mistake. There's meant to be a sharp on the first one in the dominant. Sorry. If you identified as minor, then well done. Michael is in heaven. Michael is ascending.
Louis,
Yep.
the first one and the last one in the dominant is the same.
Oh, I did not realize that. Sorry. Yep. Okay. Thanks for telling me. I'll redo that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting around to checking all of yours. Okay, Emma, your tonic is very good. And so is yours, Jade.
Can I go get my card draw?
Was that Jade?
Yep.
Yep, sure. Gracie's done everything. Wow. Wait, Gracie didn't get it. I didn't finish looking at that. Sorry. Gracie, everything's correct. No, Elizabeth, you're not really bad. You got the tonic ones all right. Phoebe, the tonic is fine. We have two big Harry Potter fans in here. It appears. Okay, Junya, you weren't supposed to write them, you just named them, but okay. Yeah, it's good. So the tonic is good, and yeah.
We were supposed to only name them.
Yeah, you're supposed to identify and name them, not write them. You could just type your answers to me in the chat that way.
Oh.
That's fine. Emma, that's good. Justin, was the one you just sent to me for subdominant?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, check the third one.
My dominant's correct.
Hold up. Yes, they are. Elizabeth, are you going to do them all in one go? Or
Sorry, I'm still looking at the second one.
okay. Sorry to spoil your fun, but G minor is not correct. Well, not sorry to spoil your elation, but like G minor is not correct. Yeah, I'm feeling very tongue twisted today. Forgive me.
I finished.
Yep, just checking it now. Yep, perfect. For all the people here who did second grade with me, everyone does feel like third grade does feel a lot harder, doesn't it?
Sort of. It's not like a bit harder, but it's just like a
It
bit more
doesn't feel
confusing.
harder, it just feels like there's more work.
Yeah, there's more work
It's
and
not
it's
a
a bit
bit
more
confusing.
confusing.
Very
Okay. Well, my my description of going up theory grades, it actually doesn't really get harder. It just gets more mildly infuriating.
It is.
It's just more tedious and infuriating when you get it wrong, because like when you go to like, for example, sixth grade
Because if you
theory
get
like
it
me.
wrong, because if you get it wrong in a higher grade compared to a lower grade, it's harder to fix.
Yeah, it's like, any of you play Minecraft here? It's kind of like building this ginormous redstone contraption and then like feeling like you forgot to put like a repeater somewhere. So then you have to go back all the way and trace the entire redstone thing back to like see where the missing repeater is. It's just that annoying.
I play Minecraft Education Edition.
Yeah, so do I.
Same.
I got Minecraft Education Edition when I was in year 3, but because I got Java Edition now, I play Java Edition. But sometimes
Java Edition is obviously better.
if the internet's really bad, I play Education Edition because it's obviously way better.
Yeah.
I'm a very,
By the
very
way, if you're wondering what's taking me so long, I'm doing them all in one go.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. I think a lot of people are as well. Like, I think Gracie did them all in one. Is everyone else finished? React with the motif react to the thumbs up motif in the chat if you're finished. Just put like a thumbs up motif in the chat, or like as like an emoticon like reaction. Like the reaction tab, whatever. Phoebe's finished. I'm pretty sure Jade's finished. Michael's definitely finished. Gracie's finished. Justin still got some mistake. I think Emma is still working.
Louis, can you type the mistakes to me, please?
Oh, yep, sorry. Okay, Emma's finished. Phoebe, that is not quite right. I'm not sure like what you did, but like it's not quite right. For the dominant, I mean. So for dominant triads, it's simply count a perfect fifth down from the root. And Elizabeth, I can relate to breaking your hand because like when you get to year 8, like you have to write like sometimes you have to hand write like an entire essay in like 20 minutes. Well, yeah, for the really big tests, they tell you to like you have to just draft like a 300-word essay, a creative paragraph in 15 minutes. So like after I was finished, my hands would just go down like that. And then they would let us out for break, and I was just.
So you're in grade 8 now?
Yeah, I'm in grade 8.
Oh wow.
Also,
Is it fun in grade 8?
There's quite a bit of homework, just spoilers.
Do you like it? Is it nice?
What kind of question is that? I mean, like, yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I like the school. I like having fun, and I like being with my classmates. No, I don't really like.
Homework. What is
Yeah.
homework like?
Well, no, I'm all right with the homework. It's just like
Louis,
my class is a little silly sometimes.
Louis, am I finished?
Uh,
isn't a little silly. My class is always silly.
Is it an all boys school?
okay. Yep. Justin, check the third one I said. Oh, Emma's done it all in one go.
So like the subdominant one?
Yeah, subdominant, check the third.
Hey,
And
you have a sister?
I don't have a sister. What? No,
I'm saying Jade.
Oh, what?
Hey,
Oh,
you have a sister?
okay. Emma, for dominant, check the second one. Wait a second. And check the fourth one for dominant as well. And for subdominant is all right. So for your dominant identification, check the second and the fourth. Yeah, sorry, what was I saying? Yeah, some schools you have to like handwrite your essays, like, and they tell you to do it like they give you like a very like definite time limit.
Once I had to do like 60 questions in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's for like scholarship tests. Like there's this like type of like testing called like edu test or whatever it's called, where you have to like
Are annoying.
Yeah, where you have to like 60 questions in like 20 or to 30 minutes or something. And then they tell you to write 2 essays in 40 minutes.
2 essays.
Well, yeah, it's separate. So one persuasive, one creative, each give you 20 minutes.
Do you
And
like
yeah,
it?
that's no, it sucked. Last time I did it, my hands broke off. And I just didn't want to play the piano when I got back home.
Wait, what homework do they give you?
Oh no, that's not for school. That's for scholarship tests. Like for writing 2 essays in 40 minutes. School wouldn't tell you to write an essay in 40. School wouldn't even tell you to write 1 essay in 40 minutes. But like some teachers are strict.
Wait, what homework do you receive in school?
Basic stuff. So like up to about like
Calculus?
7th. No, calculus is like BC stuff. But so up until like grade 7. Well, in my school, like up until like grade 7, the homework is just like incompleted like classwork. The teacher just tells you like, okay, you didn't complete this in class, you have to do it for homework. That's just the regular stuff. But then like in like when you get to like grade 7 and grade 8, they actually give you like legit homework. And I don't really complain because it's all right. It's you can handle it.
God.
But then like all the top tier schools, like some like Scotch and stuff, they give like mounds of homework every day. But from what I've told, they give like mounds of homework every day. And I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. Is everyone finished? Because like we're meant to move on to the next lesson.
Yeah, I'm finished.
I'm pretty sure everyone's. Oh, Emma, I just need to get you to quickly 2 is A flat major and 4 is, I'll just tell you, 4 is B major because B minor. Well, I mean, I guess you could say it's B minor. Wait a second. Yeah, it's B minor. I forgot. Never mind. Don't mind me. I was thinking about something. What was I thinking? Oh no, it's not B minor. It's B flat major, because because B minor, the dominant will be F sharp. So there is no way you could possibly make a dominant triad of B minor or B major with F natural. So that means the dominant of B flat major is F, and yeah, so that's the answer. Okay, minus that, we're going on. So triads in first inversion. Hooray, something more about triads. Okay, so all the triads that I just got you to identify, they're all in what's called root position, meaning the root is at the very bottom of the chord. So but like the notes of a triad, you can rearrange them. So if you like put the root somewhere else, like for example, you put it up an octave, so you leave the middle note at the bottom, and then the root becomes at the top, and then now the triad is what's called first inversion. Well, the important thing to realize is that this first inversion chord right here, if you invert a triad, the root is still constant. The root doesn't change with the chord. The root only changes, like with the with a different tonic triad or a different key. So what that essentially means is that you have C, E, G, your root is C. After you've moved it to first inversion, the root is still C, even though E is at the bottom. However, the root is still C. So that's what to realize. So how do you convert a root position triad into a first inversion triad? Basically, you just move the root up an octave. Easy peasy. Okay? So I want to show you how first inversion triads sound in comparison to a root position triad. Okay, someone give me a random scale.
F major.
F major, easy peasy. Here's the tonic triad of F major, and here's a tonic triad of F major in first inversion. As you can see, the F here moves up an octave, so it becomes in first inversion. So Junya raised a very good question. So she said, how would you know it would be C major after it's inverted then? Well, look at this. Here is a normal root position chord, right? As you can see, like the spaces between each one is constant. That's a third. I'm not going to worry about the quality right now, and that's a third. The distance between them is both thirds. So when you see something like this, you think, hold up, that's not right. That's a third, but that's a fourth. So you immediately think it's definitely not a root position. So if you move the root down here, you would get the root position, which is what you want, a root position. So if you see that there is a noticeable gap between the middle and the top note in like a triad, you immediately have to think, hold up, that's probably a first inversion chord. So then you just move the root down and it becomes root position again, and then you can just figure it out just the same. Okay, I'll share my computer sound so you guys can hear the oral difference between a first inversion and between the root position and a first inversion. So, no one heard that, did they?
I heard that.
Okay.
I heard it.
Wait a second. I think something's wrong with my. For some reason, I can't hear it. It's very weird. You guys heard it? It's very weird. For some reason, I can't hear it. Probably because. Did everyone hear that? Okay, that's weird. For some reason, I didn't hear it. Oh, well, never mind. Moving on. I know what it sounds like anyway. So, can anyone like kind of describe the difference? Firstly, obviously, the root note has been moved to the top, so the new root note is higher. So that means the chord is actually going to be sounding a little sharper, you could say. So does anyone want to like have a try describing like the difference? No? Okay. That was just like a little hands-on exercise actually. So basically root position, first inversion. To make a root position to first inversion, you move the root up the next octave, and how to put it back, you just move the root from the top back to the bottom, and then you can identify it as just the same. Does that make sense? Do we all want to try writing our own triads now? Okay. You know what? Get out your pens and your paper and start to caper. I'll be writing the questions for the paper on the board, and all you can do is follow along and try to keep a taper. That was intentional. Okay, so first, tonic triads. C major, root position, G minor, first inversion, and dominant triads. Let's do E flat, sorry, E minor first inversion. And also do A flat major root position, and finally subdominant triads will have D major first inversion, and finally B flat major root position. Okay, let's go. I might make that a little clearer, actually. Yes, Michael, you can go to the toilet. Sorry to keep you waiting.
I don't get number 2, like the dominant triads. How to
So I'll give you an example with C major. So the dominant triad of C major would be GBD. To put into first inversion, you just move the G from the bottom to the top, so it becomes BDG. Make more sense? So that was just like a example. Don't take it. Yeah, I mean, take it, but don't use it. Unfortunately, guys, I don't really have time to like extend the lesson past 7 o'clock. So aim to get the tonic triads finished right now. So if you finish the tonic triads, unfortunately, you have to remove your virtual background so I can see your paper. So just hold up the paper and show me right now. And try and get as much finished as possible because the rest is going to be homework. Okay. Justin, you're missing accidentals on G minor. Emma, good. Remember to include a stem if you're writing in like crotchets or whatever. Same with you, Elizabeth. And Jade, very good. Remember your clefter. I'm being very fussy right now. I know. And Gracie, sorry, Gracie, I haven't finished yet. Is that, sorry. Are you doing the wrong one, Gracie? I have a feeling you're doing something wrong, or you're doing the wrong one. Justin, good? So guys, I'll end the lesson like smack bang on 7. So sorry guys. Okay, Phoebe, is that meant to be a flat for the second one on B? Because G minor, remember, it has B flat and E flat as key signature, so don't forget to include those. No, Phoebe, not quite. The reason I ask you to add a flat is because it's naturally included in the key signature. G minor has B flat and E flat as key signature. So that means you have to include a B flat, but since it doesn't have D flat as a key signature, means you don't have to include D flat. Okay, sorry guys, I gotta go. So everyone quickly take a screenshot of this so you can complete it for homework. And yeah, I'll post the homework and the other stuff on Google Classroom afterwards. And Gracie, has your mum like lost the Google Classroom link? I think I just sent it in the chat.
Oh,
Like,
I got it. I received their message. Thank
okay.
you.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, great. Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Louis，
Yep.
还在Tommy 叔叔的那个 party 或者什么
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Unfortunately, I have another class right after this. So that means I can barely play. Lol. Bye, guys. See ya. Yes, Michael, you can stay. You can stay logged on if you want, since your brother is. Actually, no, you can't stay logged on because I have to end the recording and the meeting. Otherwise, the recording will get duplicated, and I won't be able to. Yeah. So it's